So I'm just gonna say I told you so. Look at what's happening. Let's get straight into it. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. But look at what's happening here. I mentioned that we had a bear flag, and I also mentioned that we had a rising wedge within our bear flag. So those are two bearish signals in their self. So we have the rising wedge right here, bearish signal, and we have the bear flag right here, bearish signal. And I've been saying this, and I've been saying it, and I've been saying it. And look, it's happening. So anyways, we're inside of this bear flag. Now we're coming down to the bottom side of this bear flag. You can also see that we have this rising wedge that we just now broke. There were some people in the comments on the last Bitcoin video I made saying that we were going to break out, saying, oh, you said that it was going to dump, but now look, it's pumping. You're wrong. Ha ha ha. Now look, you're wrong. Ha ha ha. Right. And this is how it is, but anyways, let's kind of dial it down a tone, and let's watch what's really happening, because as this breaks, we're going to see this heading towards 60K, and it's not going to be so funny then. It's not going to be so funny then. Remember, everybody was super bullish. Watch my last Bitcoin video. Everybody on Twitter was super bullish. X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Everybody was super bullish. Now look, everybody has changed their tone. Everybody, literally everybody. Look, Ted, BTC next dump is only a matter of time, not if. Expecting new lows in April, 40 to 50K. Bitcoin has dropped below 70K. Institutions have started selling Bitcoin. And now we'll keep dropping if we lose this 69K, 70K zone. Like literally, look, people are flip-flopping. And that's why, you just got to be careful with who you watch and who you listen to. Bitcoin is now perfectly mimicking the pattern from 2022, which we all know was the bear market, right? And now they're saying it's about to dump to 50K. Now you look down here, Bitcoin in the last 4 hours is forming a megaphone pattern. So this guy is still bullish, regardless of everything that's happening. And a megaphone pattern is the dumbest thing, because when you look at Bitcoin, it's not doing what they're saying. Like this person is literally drawing a fake chart. Like look at this. Look at the real chart. We have higher lows and higher highs because we're forming a bear flag. But they're talking about a megaphone chart. And then when you pull up over here, what are you seeing? Lower highs right here. Or you're seeing lower lows and higher highs on this. They literally have a fake chart. People are literally lying to you guys inside of all of these different influencers. Like they're literally all lying. Like they're flip-flopping left and right. Oh, it's bullish. Oh, now it's bearish. Now it's bearish. I'm going to stay bearish for almost all of 2026. I've been saying until the end of 2026, this is the bear market. This is the bear market. Go back and watch my videos. Look at what these people are doing. They're literally lying. This guy is like a megaphone pattern. Like it's not creating lower highs. Like if you look at Bitcoin, it's not creating lower highs at all. Lower lows. It's creating higher lows right now. It's not creating lower lows like they're showing it on here. They're literally lying. So I'm gonna get off of them a little bit. But anyways, let's just zoom in on this to show you guys what I'm talking about. Like look at this. Like this is not the pattern that Bitcoin is forming. Like Bitcoin's not doing this right now. It's not creating lower lows. It's actually creating higher lows right now. It's just stupid what they're talking about. But anyways, let's get off of that guy before I keep going. And then look, bear markets since 2011 last around 395 days. From this real bottom is likely 220 days, blah, blah, blah. 45 to 52K range expected as this cycle's bottom. So you get my drift now. Like everybody is literally trying to switch bearish now after everybody was super bullish. They're literally all super bullish, talking about, oh, it's about to take off. Oh, it's about to take off. We're about to go crazy. We're about to go all the way up. Like now look at everybody. Now everybody's super bearish. So it is what it is. You can't trust these people. You can't trust a lot of these influencers. And hey, you can't trust me either. You can't trust anybody. You got to think for yourself. You got to do your own technical analysis for yourself. But if you want to stick around, let's go over the technical analysis on my point of view. All right. So anyways, this is a bear flag. Obviously, right? It's a bear flag. It's not no megaphone pattern like that guy was saying. He was trying to say that we're creating lower lows like this, but you can clearly see that the highs are becoming, or the lows are becoming higher and higher until it finally breaks down there, because we're inside of a bear flag. And we just now broke down on this rising wedge as well. And if you look at the MACD, you can see that we did have that bullish divergence that I was mentioning. but that bullish divergence was not long lived, right? And if you want to know what bullish divergence is, we come over here, and this is why I keep saying this stuff is a bull trap. A bull trap. You're gonna see bull traps all 2026, left and right. Bullish divergence, lower lows, higher lows on the MACD. All right. So when you pull up the bull trap from March 18th to March 2026, where we at? So from March 18th, we started to create these lower lows. So March 26th, and now we're kind of seeing that it was true that it was a bull trap, mainly because we've seen that we had this rising wedge here. So that this bullish divergence was a bull trap. So that's what we're seeing there. Now, not only did we see a bull trap within our bullish divergence, we're also seeing that the percent R trend exhaustion, the white line is the short-term trend, blue line is the long-term trend. We're seeing that both trends are now actively trending downwards, right? They stopped halfway up and now they're actively trending downwards. I actually mentioned that something like that was going to happen inside the previous video on Bitcoin as well. All right. So we're seeing a lot of different things here, and we can even look at some automated trading indicators as well. Chart Prime, shout out to them, link in the description if you want to check out Chart Prime. We are trading at an equilibrium price point, which just means we're literally right in the middle, right? We're right in the middle of being at a premium price point, which are 76K is our premium price point on the 4-hour chart, and then our discounted price point, which is around 62K. Right now, we're at an equilibrium. We're around 68K, which means we have more ways to go down. So when we start dropping, it's not going to look too good. And if you look at the volume profile for Chart Prime, you can actually see over here that a lot of volume is inside of this area. And we're probably going to start seeing massive selling in this area. That's why we've seen the second we start to pull back, it started to speed up. It's just started to go faster and faster because we have a lot of volume in this area. Whether it's buying or selling, doesn't matter. When we're in this area, we have heavy volume, right? So as it sells off here, you're going to start seeing the volume slow down around 62K. So we'll have to wait and see how that happens, but we have a discounted price point around 62K. But let's take off the automated indicators, and now let's kind of do more of a manual technical, because when you look down here, you're going to see all the way down here at about 60K. That is very, very good support. So even though they say the discounted price range is at 62K with Chart Prime, you also want to look at the support at 60K. So I'm willing to bet that if we do drop down here, we're definitely coming down to 60K. If we break that, then we're looking towards 50K. All right. And I know I've showed this so many times in my videos, but I gotta keep telling you guys, keep reminding you guys, because there's a lot of people out there lying and just saying a bunch of different stuff for clicks and views, right? But it is what it is. Let's now bring it to the higher time frame. Let's put it at the daily chart. So I want you guys to go back and watch the video that I made a couple days ago, because I said something very, very important inside of that video that a lot of people aren't seeing, right? I said something very important. When you pull up the percent R trend exhaustion on the daily chart, I was mentioning how we were going to do the same exact thing that we did here, right? The short-term trend was going to go crazy. It was going to go off, and then it was just going to dump. And the long-term trend was not going to follow it. The long-term trend was also going to dump prematurely before it even gets up there. And when that happens, you're seeing a massive dump in the price. So it's doing exactly what it did before. It might look slightly different, but it's still doing the same thing. So if this short-term trend keeps continuing to dump, then we're going to see the long-term trend continue to pull back down here to an oversold area. And when that happens, and then we'll start to have some buying pressure coming in. So what I think is going to happen here with Bitcoin, I think going into April, we're going to be pretty bullish, and we're about to get massive drops within the next couple days or so. And then sometime mid-April, maybe late April, sometime in maybe even early April, I don't know, we'll end up bottoming out sometime in April, and then we'll have another bull trap pretty much. And I know people are like, oh no, we're not going to keep getting trapped. I think we're going to have another bull trap coming up in April, right? When it finally bottoms out again, I think it's going to be a bull trap. And me personally, I think that bottom is going to bring us all the way down to 50K. And this isn't the bottom of the this isn't the bottom of the bear market. I think this is just going to be the bottom of this, bull trap cycle. And that's kind of what we're looking at here. Because if you look at this, I already did this so many times, so I'm just going to kind of breeze to it. You just see that we had a huge percentage drop here. This percentage drop was all the way at about 38%. So if we kind of equate that to what we're doing now from this high, and see if we have somewhere around 38%. It's more so around 32% going down to 50K. And then all the way down to 40K is like 46%. 38% isn't until 46K. So around 46K, we'll have a 38% drop like the last one. But around 50K, we're looking at a 32% drop. And that's kind of what I'm shooting for here. It might go a little bit lower, but I'm looking more towards 50K right now. And I think that from there, either another bull trap after 50K or some sideways trading movement. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. So I'm just going to have to wait and see. We are starting to see that the selling pressure here on the MACD for the daily chart is starting to pick up a little bit. So that's something that you definitely want to watch out for. And then if you look at the weekly chart here, so yeah, this is now the weekly chart. And on the percent trend exhaustion here, almost down here to the bottom, almost looks like it's kind of curving upwards a little bit, but I think we're going to continue downwards here. And like I said, towards the middle, or yeah, towards the middle to end of the year, we're going to end up bottoming out and then maybe doing some sideways trading movement. And then going into 2027, just breaking out massive pump going into 2027. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it right now. So we'll see what's happening. Currently, we're going to start seeing the bullish divergence building up on the weekly chart, just like it did inside of the last bear market in 2022. Bullish divergence started to build up, and it started to build up when the bull market was still going crazy, right? So, I mean, bullish divergence. While we were still bullish, it was building up. And then as we started to dump inside 2022, then we start to see the bullish divergence still building, and then boom, it finally takes off. And I'll show you what that looks like over here. So over here, you can see bullish divergence starts to build up here. When we start to dump, we come up again, we dump more, and then we bottom out. And then the bullish divergence is like, all right, let's go. Let's take off. And then boom, it takes off. And the reason why I'm showing that is because if you look at 2026, where we are now, what's happening? Well, 2025, while we were still bullish, we were building bullish divergence for 2027. So we're literally building bullish divergence for our next bull market as we speak. So it's confirmed that 2027 is going to be a bull market. And we're literally building that as we speak. Bullish divergence. Just like we've seen here. Now, over here, it was a little bit more spread out, which is an odd thing, right? It's a little bit odd. It was a little bit more spread out, but now it's not as spread out. So we're going to see some more selling coming in, and then see some breakouts coming into mid to end of the year. And I think we're going to have maybe a small pullback, bull trap, and then just take off going into 2027. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. So we'll see if this happens. But till now, all we can do is wait. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for those time frames. If we pull up the hourly chart here, massive selling pressure coming on the MACD for the hourly chart. So we should start to see that pushing lower and lower, eventually getting down out of this bull or out of this bear flag and head towards 60K. So that's what I'm expecting here for Bitcoin. All right. So don't believe all these liars on Twitter, on X. They're literally telling you lies. Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen up here. Where is that at? Where is that at? I gotta laugh at it one more time. Like, dude is talking about a pattern that isn't even there. Talking about a megaphone pattern. It's not even there. I don't even think there's a such thing as a megaphone pattern. Because it's not called a megaphone pattern, for one. Everyone has their own different names. But if you actually look at it, look at this pattern. All right. I'm gonna cook this guy. I'm gonna cook him. And he has a lot of followers, but I'm gonna cook him. What does this look like to you? I'll tell you what it looks like. That looks like a mixture between a bearish expanding triangle and a bullish expanding triangle. It's sideways, right? It's not even an actual pattern, right? It's not even an actual pattern. So this could be considered a bearish expanding or a bullish expanding triangle. But the problem with this is that this is not what Bitcoin's doing right now. This is not what Bitcoin is doing. Like, pull up and look, they're looking at the 4-hour chart. Look, this is not what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin is creating higher lows since February, higher lows while simultaneously creating higher highs, which creates a what? Bear flag, right? And then when you look at what this guy's talking about, lower lows and higher highs, that is not what Bitcoin's price is doing. Not what Bitcoin's price is doing. I'm gonna stop complaining about this guy, and I'm gonna move on. Right? I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna stop talking about it. All right, but Bitcoin hit 60K. All right. So they're using fake charts. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to get at. Like they're literally altering their charts. That's how I see it. They're altering their charts, or maybe the Bitcoin chart that they're looking at is just completely wrong. But there's people altering their charts to make their technical analysis look like it's right. Megaphone, interesting. Lower low feels more likely, right? Lower low gives me a solid base without lower low, indicating a short mid. Looks like an IHS. Yes, it breaks without touching. Blah, blah, blah. This is a bearish megaphone, not bullish. It needs a sweep. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I guess he got some people that like supports him, but that's that's not what's happening. It's not what's happening. This guy Ted, he's copying me. Ted's copying me. All right, I said it first. But anyways, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. Check out the link in the description for the chart prime indicators. They work pretty well, especially if you want to do some swing trades, day trades. They work pretty good for that type of stuff. Let me take off this so you can see a little better. So yeah, has good signals here and there. So you just gotta pick which ones you want to roll with, which ones you don't. So anyways, this is all I got. Hit the like button, subscribe, and as always, I'll be back with another video.